Let's go with the green flag. Is that a Supra? Who did it? Come on. Jared White.
If you happen to be watching these in order for some reason, you might realize I look exactly the way I did in the last video we did with this truck. It's because it's the same day. I've just been doing multiple things. 2004 Chevy Silverado, two-wheel drive, 5.3, quad cab, whatever. I don't know what O'Reilly's lingo you want to use. Back brakes, okay? So what the problem is, parking brake doesn't work. So we're replacing the parking brake shoes. However, I've already done the other side, so I don't look like I don't know what I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. So we're on the driver's or the passenger side now, doing the same thing that I just did on the other side. And the actual problem was not just that the parking brake shoes were worn out, it's that the actual rotor was worn out too on the inside, because they use some weird kind of rotor slash drum. So your actual brakes as you're daily driving is through the rotor, but the parking brake shoes press against the inside of the rotor like it's a drum. And that's what the problem was on the other side. The drum was completely gone. So I've actually had to replace the rotors to the tune of $80, $90 a piece. So anyway, this process is going to be replacing the parking brake shoes, which also in my case includes the rotors. So let's get into it. And as anybody who's ever watched one of my videos, I do not show jacking up a vehicle and taking a wheel off, because if you can't do that, you probably don't need to be doing this at all. Okay, use jack stands, be safe. It's literally your life if you fuck up. All right, so this is what we're looking at. This is a two-wheel drive. I don't know if four-wheel drive is different. If you've got the SS, you might have the two piston caliper. This is just a two-wheel drive 5.3 quad cab, so it's got the single piston rear caliper. So it's actually really simple. After you take the wheel off, we're gonna get back under here and see if I can show you these. It's getting late in December here. This bolt here and this one right here, they're 18 millimeter. As you can see, I've already backed them off. So these come off. And after you get these off, oh my God, Jared, look, quit drinking and fucking mechanicking. Oh my God, dude. So once you get these off, one of the first things we're gonna do to help ourselves, okay, especially if you have to change the rear rotors, is we're gonna have to make some room. Look at that shit. Can you believe that? God was trying to tell me something there. There. What we're gonna have to do is we need to kind of press that piston back in. I'm gonna do it very haphazardly and just put a pry bar in there and kind of give her a squeeze. See that? Make sure we've got some jiggle room in there. And we're going to take this out, these two bolts. Alright, and if you're skipping ahead, don't take these bolts out and then let your rotor or your caliper drop down and hang on that brake line. That's very unhealthy for the brake line. That caliper is heavier than you think when it's on 20-year-old rubber. So So we're gonna take this out like this. Bear with me. I've gotten to a bad habit of not showing my every single task, and then I get fucking flamed in the comments because people apparently want to see me take out every individual bolt. So I've been trying to be better, but I don't do a lot of these, so see if I can do this without creating a haphazard situation here. Gonna brace that with my leg, and then gonna pull that caliper off. Some fucking idiot spray painted it red because they thought it made it a Ferrari, even though it's a 4,000 pound fucking Chevrolet with a small block. So I'm gonna put that out of the way. I just set them up here and bounce them on the springs. Okay, and then I'm gonna wiggle that off like that. And these brake shoes look better. Actually, that rotor feels good too. We're gonna replace all this because I bought all new stuff. I'll just put it on the shelf. Is it still good? So on the other side, it looked like that brake shoe was hanging, and the inside of this rotor was just worn plumb the fuck out. This one still feels good, and these parking brake shoes don't look bad. We're replacing it all anyway, and I can tell you right now, there's definitely a difference in the way these brakes are set up. So this is the passenger side we're on right now. The driver's side, I'm gonna make sure you got your brake grease. So on the other side, all of the adjustments and everything were on top, the driver's side. So the passenger side, they're obviously on the bottom, which is down here. So there's is all of our adjustments and stuff that we're gonna clean up before we put all this new shit back on it. So up here, to get these off, a little bolt right there, I'm halfway in the grass, so y'all are gonna have to just be freaking patient for once in your lives with me trying to hunt stuff down. I've just been using my 1/4 inch ratchet for some of this crap. So those are 5/16. There's probably going to be brake dust on them, so we're going to remove this little keeper fella. And that should come off there pretty easy like that. There you go, there's that. And to get that off, we're just going to push it straight down. And then to, because it doesn't fit over the hub, so we're gonna kind of have to do like a little kind of dance thing with it here. Y'all are gonna freak out. There, can you see that? Good. So I'm gonna kind of do like a little finagling here. We're gonna have to spread it a little bit. If you're working on cars, you're definitely not spreading anything. And that gets that shoe off, which is what we need. So what I did on the other side, I just kind of wire brushed almost everything under here. I can tell that the other side was dragging. There's nowhere near enough brake dust on this side as there was over there. Especially them adjusters right here. We want that nice and clean. Use eye protection and every other vegan, organic, whatever, so we don't get asbestos cancer or whatever. Okay. Now we got that cleaned. Let's take some of this shit out and grease it. It's gonna be one long ass clip here, obviously. And this is the same on the other side. It's just All of this was up here. And I actually commend Chevrolet for using the same parts on both sides. It's very unfitting of American shit. They love costing us all money. We're just gonna grease that up, put him right back in there. Okay, same here. We're gonna grease this up real nice. Put it all back in there. Okay. I highly suggest using your brake grease when you touch anything that moves against itself. It's going to save you a bunch of noise and vibrations, etc. So let me go get the new shoes and parts, and let's start reassembling. Right, so here's our new shoe. Same kind of process to get that dude back on there. Kind of gotta kind of flirt with it, dance it back in there. You're gonna have to kind of tell it what you want for dinner. It's gonna be embarrassing because obviously I'm gonna be struggling with it while I'm on camera, even though the other one just fell on there. Okay. So God, I know y'all are going to be hearing that music, and I'm going to have to cut out half my damn audio because the frickin' radio is playing and I didn't turn it down. Whatever. So here's where we're at so far. Got the brake pad on. I'm just going to frickin' have to ramble. And clearly I spread it just a little bit too much because it's not wanting to hang up in here on its own. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up, and this is our new little brake shoe keeper. We're going to put it on like that, put our little bolt thing in. The ones that they sent with this kit are a little bit less than be desired. They look a little shitty, if I may use such foul terminology to describe how I feel about it, but it's accurate. Let's go ahead and bolt that fella in. You can see we're gonna have to fuck around with this brake shoe because I got a little bit too excited jamming it on there. So one of the main things we want to do is want to make sure that I'm gonna have to fucking cut this video up because I screwed up, aren't I? So the problem I'm having is I spread it a little bit too much to get it on here, and now like it's not fully fitting in the adjusters the way it's supposed to. So while we're on camera, since I already fucked everything up, we're just gonna try to spread it back a little bit. Don't know if it's gonna work, but that's what we're gonna try to do. There we go. That's step one. We're gonna bend it, a little spread there, a little spread. That feels much better. Okay, so that's the shoe that we need to get on there, and it's in our keepers. And you need to make sure that the ends of this shoe go in these two little slots here. And My barista just came back out, which means she's going to be able to step on the brake for us and make sure we got this correct. So let's slide this pretty new fancy rotor on there. She even heard me talking about her, so she's already in the truck. Damn. You didn't step on it, did you?
Not yet.
Okay, just wait a second. Gonna have to fucking do all this shit on camera like an asshole that screwed it up. See if we can spread that dude. So, fingers crossed if you're watching, everybody. Don't overspread your fucking shoe. Well, well, well. Apply parking brake. Let it go. Kind of want to take it off and check it. Just stay there for a second. Don't y'all love this? You get to watch me fuck it all up and talk mass amounts of shits to me. Y'all get to talk so much shit about me and tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm doing and don't listen and don't follow me, blah blah blah, like all y'all do. Yet you're here on this video trying to figure out how to do it as I'm trying to figure out how to do it. I don't even know how to see if I got it on there all the way down there. Parking brake.
Okay.
Take it off. Put it on.
Okay.
Take it off. Alright, thank you. I guess we're gonna fucking wing it and hope that that did it. Worst case, I'm gonna have to fucking fix it. So, I guess my word of advice is don't overspread that shoe as you try to put it on. I think it'll center itself and find out where it needs to be. But it is releasing, which is the important part. It's releasing the way it's supposed to. So we're just going to reassemble. We're going to reassemble and hope that everything stayed on the way it's supposed to be. And this, if you're doing brake pads, now we're going to go ahead and take those off. And should be pretty cut and dried for you. Since we've already got the caliper off, the only thing you're going to have to do extra, other than me noticing right now that I need rear brake pads for this fucking truck, like I have the money for that. So that's going to end up being real quick, apparently. That shoe is totally worn. The other side was not that bad. So I guess we'll actually just be doing another video about this coming up quick. You can see there's almost no lining left. It's a good thing I only drive this truck once a week, and it's only for about 100 miles round trip. And I'm very slow when I drive it. So anyway, if you're trying to replace your pads, these just pop right out. You push this one up and this one down. The only thing you have to remember is this piston right here needs to be squished back in to the caliper, otherwise you'll never get it back on. So we're gonna go ahead and see if I can do this one hand without fucking it all up. It'd be a fucking miracle after the rest of this debacle. There we go. Okay, so put your two 18mm bolts back in these holes. As you can see them, there's one and there's two down there. We're gonna put those back in. I torqued them down to and then I called it good. Then the wheel goes back on. You should be good to go. So despite the absolute catastrophe that most of this video has turned out to be, I hope it did in fact help you. Thank you for watching.
Come on, boy! Come on! Yeah!